Alright, so I am back, and today we are going to be doing the viewer responses for the rant of the week of last week, the top 10 upgrades I want to see. First off, I want to just say, I really wanted to keep that Nero Rex. My god, that thing is gorgeous. I'm actually debating on selling my original feral cons to get the Nero cons, but not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. I'll regret it the second I do it. And I got these guys coming in, or these guys came in. We got Long Haul and Hook for the Toy World's Constructicon, so I'm just missing Mixmaster now. I don't know why he got sidelined in my mind, but he did. So we'll be taking a look at those next week. As well as the rest of the NeroCon reviews too. It's like, my god, I got a lot of stuff going on. It's been a fun week. Alright, so let's get into this. Wireless Phantom says, what I want from Titan's Return would be body for the extra heads like Brawn and Skytread flywheels and Ape Face. Oh, okay. I think he's talking about the, because we're getting some headmasters that are just the heads and not the full body and head. So I'm not behind that. I don't like it. I think it's just stupid. I'm not getting any. I probably won't get a single one of those. To be completely honest, just not my cup of tea there. But I'll be getting pretty much the whole line, at least to take a look at. But those little ones, they're not going to be worth my time. I mean, they're just a little headmaster with a little like action master style like tank that does a slight transformation. It's not. No. All right, Raphael Akoa says upgrade kit to MP tracks. To fix MP tracks. Yeah, something to put that back piece on a little bit tighter. Maybe fill in some gaps, because I know he has some gaps. Ironhide is getting one of the fix the hips, so I don't see why they wouldn't make a kit for tracks. See, that's why I didn't like tracks all that much, okay? Is because he's a masterpiece figure, and we shouldn't be getting fix kits. We should be getting like upgrade kits. I get that. I mean, I know like the little Bumblebee had to have, you know, they've got the little wrist fillers. So that's cool. I like those. You know, but you shouldn't have to fix a masterpiece figure in my mind. It should be good to go. And you know, maybe like, you know, I know some people really likes the articulated hands. So maybe get like the upgrade hands and stuff like that, upgrade weapons or something like that. But we shouldn't have to have fix kits, I think, is my opinion. But yeah, I mean, yeah. Since we do need one, we should get one. Night Wingdom 1 says, there are guns and weapons for Combine Wars on Shapeways. Blast Off is a space shuttle. I understand. Blast Off is a space shuttle. G1, he was a space shuttle. I like the idea of the jet better, or the drone, but that's me. So, and as far as the guns on Shapeways, my problem with Shapeways is the fact that you have to buy them, you have to sand them down most of the time, and then you have to paint them and stuff like that. And it's like, well, I have no problem with that. I would like to see an actual company produce in a way so that we could buy like a pack of them that are pre-painted, ready to go. You just open up, put them on. You know, just nothing fancy about them. That's what I was trying to say. Big Ray Ox 500 says, great rant, John. I have made a list of my own. 1. Generations Armada Starscream. I would like a new mold created for his Minicon Swindle. That would be cool. And even a new sword for Starscream that can transform into his left wing like it did in the show. I know what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I like the way it is, although I would like to see better swords than the ones he came with. I hate the fold-away swords. They always come off as weak and pathetic. I mean, look at the Toy World Dinobots. Some of their fold-away swords. Those things are garbage. I would like to see some new swords for him, but for me, I don't want it to take the. Yeah, it's one of those. It's like it could be the wing. That's fine, but at the same time, it's like I would like to have like more of a broadsword for him, which wouldn't be able to be made from that wing. Okay, 2 Armada Wheeljack. I would like some new swords for him, as the original toy used blunt missiles as his swords. I think what we really need is a new Armada Wheeljack, because that toy was decent. It wasn't great though. 3 G1 Hoist. A cartoon accurate head for him would be cool, as the original toy was green and had yellow eyes, whereas the show was black and had a blue visor. So are you saying we need a new head for the G1 Hoist, or like the Generations Hoist to have a more accurate head? 4 Generations Rhinox. Maybe create a new back section for his beast mode, so that his tail can become his sword like the original toy. I can't remember. I don't think he had swords, did he? The Generations. Yeah, I'd be down with that. I don't think he ever used a sword in the cartoon, but yeah, I would like to see a sword incorporated in there somewhere. But then again, I would like to see a Masterpiece version, since we're getting Masterpiece Cheetor and Optimus Primal. Cybertron Vector Prime. Make a better sword for him, as the original is too flexible due to the plastic type and isn't really accurate. The G1 Motivators. Make all the kibble pieces required to create a combiner from them. Okay. Fist, head, feet, chest, etc. Okay, so turn the Motivators into a combiner. Okay. G1 Rescue Force. Make 2 new other molds so that the combiner can be complete and make a good replacement for the original Lio Kaiser. Okay. 8 Combiner Walrus Lyra Kaiser. Even though it's not out yet, it shows him with a black repainted Skylink's head for the combiner head, and it comes with no breast force partners. I would like a cartoon accurate Lio Kaiser head and weapons that can turn into beasts like the Arms Micron figures. That could be kind of cool. I could get behind that. See, MP21R. Red MPB repaint. A new head and a set of feet would be great, as it would create a Masterpiece style cliff jumper and tell a real one. It makes no sense why we don't have just a head and call it cliff jumper. I mean, just give us a head. Somebody, anybody. Cliff jumper head. That's all we need. And number 10, Armada Sideswipe. Give him some new arms that are in better scale with his size and more articulation, and don't have the spring-loaded gimmicks. See, I loved the Armada toy line. That was actually the thing that really got me back into Transformers, was the toy line. The show, can't watch it. I've watched the whole thing. I own it. It's going to sit over there forever collecting dust. I will never watch it again. That's the bottom line there. I'll eventually watch Energon, but I'm not looking forward to it. But the toys were so good. But at the same time, because they sacrificed so much for all the Minicon gimmicks that were that needed to be incorporated into the figures, what I would like to see is them revisit the entire line. I would love to see a new Demolisher, a new Cyclonus. We got a new Megatron. They could repaint that Megatron into the Armada Galvatron. I know we got the Starscream, but I think he should be bigger. Seriously, Voyager Seekers, come on. Not Deluxe Seekers. I'm sick and tired of Deluxe Seekers. They shouldn't be Deluxe. They should be Voyager. But yeah, I mean, everyone in that show I would love to see get a new figure. I just I would love that. That'd just be so cool. So moving on. Wireless Phantom responded to him. I think they should make an entirely new Armada wheeljack. There. Okay. If that's what you want. For the Lio Kaiser, they should just make an entirely new torso. Agreed there. And the breast force partners. I totally agree on the minicon. And Big Ray says, yeah, a new wheeljack mold would be cool, or even if Hasbro couldn't make a new mold for him, they could use the Prime wheeljack mold to make a repaint. It'd need a new head at least, but I could see that working. Let's see, wheeljack. I think my vote would be for the Generation Sideswipe mold. And just retool the hood to have the Autobot logo with the big cross through it, and the Decepticon logo below it. I think that was wheeljack, right? Or is that Sideswipe? Damn it. Now I'm confused. Yeah, that was wheeljack. Sideswipe was the one with the goofy ass arms. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got that. Yeah, okay. But yeah, I think that would probably be the best option there. Although that mold is not doing so good. So maybe there could be something else. I don't know. I'm trying to look up my chugs. I don't know. Anything would be good. Alright, Get Loose 360. Honestly, a bag full of weapons. Laugh my ass off. So simple, yet so needed, especially for chug scale. I love the Iron Factory, primarily for the ish load of weapons they come with. My figures are locked and loaded now. Yeah, I've been wanting to get some of those Iron Factory guys, but I don't. Some of them are just too expensive for me to be like, yay! It's just like, that's $60 for two really small figures, and I don't really know if I want them, kind of thing. But who knows? The Cost 11 says, dude, you have a Pred tattoo. That's dope. I have two Predacon tattoos. I got the Beast Wars and then the Beast Hunters. And this is my newest one, but you see all the faded. This is actually probably going to be my last tattoo. There's I have a bit of a skin condition that now it's gotten to the point where it's like if I get a tattoo, it's going to break out like that, and thus making it look like shit. And I also have the Decepticon. So, oh, where did I lost it? I lost it. Where were we? And then over here I got the I got Moon Knight. So alright, let's see here. John White Survivor 123 says, I definitely would get the gun kit, and I bought Synicus for my Nero Rex just for gun mode. Okay. There we go. I'm surprised someone hasn't 3D printed gap fillers. If I had a printer, I sure would have. Armada Galvatron had a gimmick with a knife. Might have been what you were thinking there, and I would have liked to see the Armada Megs upgrade with minicons you suggested. So I thought Galvatron and Megatron were the same mold. So did Megatron not have the knife? I'm legitimately asking. I don't know. I know the Galvatron did. I thought they were just straight repaints. I don't know. And I'm surprised, like I said before, I'm surprised we haven't gotten a Galvatron with that Armada Megatron leader class. I mean, that sounds like a no-brainer. Great rant. Have you seen the upgrade kit for Combiner Wars Prime, which makes him leader class? I have, but is what I gotta say about that, because we're getting a leader class Optimus Prime. That's a Power Master, so it actually makes sense to be a leader class, which I will get. One last thing, have you seen the fans want it? F1I05 Advanced Weapon Collections. If not, look them up. Weapons. I will have to take a look for that. Thanatos Prime says, I agree with you on new heads for the Titans Return figures, especially for new Voyager, Megatron, Galvatron, Blur, Hot Rod, and Astro Train. I think it would be great. I think it's a great way for somebody to make a quick buck, because just make a little head that plugs in. I mean, Nick Sandwich Games says, Toy World is confirmed making Bruticus and Superion. I know it's confirmed, but I'm still treating it as a rumor until I see prototypes. That's just the way I have to do it. Otherwise, I'm going to get too excited. And start selling my collection to make that scale work. I hope they make it the same scale. Toy World is terrible at making things in an appropriate scale. Or following their own scale is what I meant. I mean, they're all over the place. That this Toy World Devastator is going to be the biggest combiner ever, I believe. But their Dinobot combiner is smaller than it. That's more in chug scale. It's just like, I mean, they're up and down. They're Masterpiece, they're chug, they're small chug, large chug, medium chug, Masterpiece, bigger than Masterpiece. Their scale's all over the place. So while I'm excited for it, I hope that they make them in the same scale. You know, I want a little bit smaller than Devastator. Just not drastically, maybe a head shorter. That's where I would like to see him. And then if they do a Predaking, I'd like him to be about a head taller than Devastator. Because Predaking's the biggest. He needs to be massive. I would love to see that. That would be so cool. Alright. As well as make a different cover. Devastators, I know they're doing the G2, and then they're reissuing the green ones, from what I hear. And I completely agree on your list. These are very much needed, and some I am shocked don't exist. Gun Kit especially. With third-party booming right now, I wouldn't eliminate these out of possibility. I hope not. Daniel McClung says, oh god, how I wish someone would sell a bag of weapons for figures. I would love to have just a huge bag of accessories that I could use to give figures a custom look. You know, so-and-so can have a bunch of pistols. The other guy can have a sniper rifle. It would be fun. As far as combining weapons, I completely agree. It's a novel idea, but in practice, it never works out like it should. You mentioned the MMC Predaking. Unique Toys Orden is the exact opposite. When all the guns are combined, they look pretty good, but individually, they look like shit. I wouldn't even count. Okay. Where'd he go? My blot. Blot doesn't even come with a gun. He comes with the foot with the little side pieces that he can take off and he can hold. But that's not guns. That's part of a foot. He's gonna shoot foot at you. I always have blot, it seems like, but I never have the rest. It's just one of those, like, it's on my list of things to get. I want to finish Orden one of these days, but it's always like, oh, Toy World's out. I want to finish Toy World. You know? It's always something. Always something. Let's see here. They are too large in scale for some of the figures, and most of the figures can't even hold them without bending some plastic. Admittedly, I don't take the figure out of combine mode much when I do. Only two have weapons. One of those comes with his own, and the other is using feet as a missile launcher. Yeah. So is that it? Is that it? There we go. Crimson Vader 007 says, "Hey John, the most especially the gun and sword pack, which brings me to my number one. One gun for Unique Toys Odin individual bot, and guns it came with are very cool looking, but the plastic and handles are so weak that they will break if you combine them too many times. I decided just to glue them together. It's a shame about the guns because the individual bots and combined form rival Feral Rex as far as build quality, except the guns." I find that hard to believe because, I mean, I hated the big gun for Feral Rex. I did. I'm sorry. Nero Rex's gun was much better. I haven't gotten that video up yet, but it is excellent. Everything about that figure is just like what I want my original Rex cons to be, but they're not. It's like, I know it's like what they're capable of doing, so it's like I really, really hope they do a reissue of the Feral cons in the box set, and I'll buy that too. But man, that two, this is actually in the works. I just want to finally come. S&D and Beelzebub are both making upgrades for Combined Wars Prime mold. Turn a whole Prime into a pretty cool Prime. See, he looks okay, but those kits are about $50-something. And then you spend the $25 on the Prime, so you're looking at $75-$80. And had the price on it not gone up, I would say just spend the extra $20 to get a Ryan from Toy World. Just screw it. I mean, yeah, that figure is going to be way better than a Combiner Wars Optimus that's pieced together with a bunch of other parts. I think I agree. It looks good, but I think it could be better. Let's see. 3 G1 style guns for the Titans Return Fortress Maximus. I just bought Sigma 6. As the guns being... Why does that light keep turning on? Okay, let's start over. G1 style guns for Titans Return Fortress Maximus. I just bought Sigma 6 and really like him, and I will end up using his legs of Sigma 6 as the guns being. He has the same hands as Metroplex, but I would rather have G1 style guns. The only thing I don't like about Titans Return Fortress Maximus is the lack of guns. The G1 version had a ton of guns. It had 2 pairs of double barrel guns on each arm. It had 2 cannons on the stomach area, and it had 2 weapons to hold in his hand, plus the leg guns and side leg cannons on the left leg. But I'd be happy with the 2 handheld weapons. G1 style Fortress Max is supposed to be overpowered with guns, but the only he comes with are the leg guns, which is not enough. Okay. Yeah, he should have more. For swords for individual bot for Feral Rex, I agree with John on this, and I'm using G1 swords for now. They are a tad smaller than I would like them, but they hold them fine. Yeah, that's one thing to always remember. The G1 Predakings were one of the first figures to use the 5mm ports across the board. So, well, not only could they interchange their own weapons, but they're also all interchangeable with pretty much every figure out today. So all their guns and their swords can all go into Feral Rex's hands. They're just a little too small. But the guns look alright. I don't have my G1 Predaking anymore. I need to get another one. C5, and more G1 style backpack for Combiner Wars Jetfire. I think you mean Generations, because that was Generations, not Combiner Wars. But yeah, I think the Takara version was better because it wasn't so chromy. Well, that all I can think of. Sorry, it's been long. Thanks for reading. Transform and roll out. Which reminds me of there's a meme going around on Facebook a little while ago where it had Optimus. He says transform and roll out, and there's a cat, and it grabs its like back legs and then rolls off the couch. I don't know why that popped in my head, but anyway, okay. Shaw's 10 says, "Hey John, in a funny callback to one of your previous rants, while I was listening to this new rant video, I was looking on eBay and saw a mint and sealed box Machine War Star Scream that has been removed from package but in good condition. Stickers are not included, no breakage, and minimal scratches. That sounds really good, mint and sealed box." Wow, huh? You can't make this stuff up. No, you can't. Some of the stuff you read is just like, it's just ridiculous when it comes to stuff like that. As far as your upgrade suggestions, they are all good, but due to Hasbro's negligence, the Combiner Wars figures are ripe for improvement. Like you, I would definitely love new accurate head packs, weapon packs for single figures and combiners, and a good simple set of hands and feet that don't turn into toasters and make you a sandwich. So far, no one has really gotten them right. I know, right? It's just so close. So close. Wireless Phantom says, "John, to help Brawl look a bit better, move his combiner port down one click in robot mode." Oh, he's in combine mode, so I can't. I'm not going to do that real quick. If he was not in combine mode, I would totally grab him and take a look. But he is preparing for some combiner comparisons in next couple days. Stay. I'll have to check that out though. Big Ray Ox 500 says, "I think the toy you might be thinking of was Gigatron Overlord. He used the Revenge of the Fallen bludgeon mold and was sold as a set in BotCon in 2012. I can't remember what my comment was on that, but yeah, that I can't remember. I don't know. Alright, Raphael Ochia, jet mode kit for Revenge of the Fallen leader Megatron. He didn't really turn into a jet. He more or less just kind of like crapped out a couple wings on the side. And it looked terrible then, and then he flew off and then went back into bot mode, which looked terrible then. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed Revenge of the Fallen. I just don't like, especially the movie version Cybertronian alt modes. They make no sense. And it gets to the point where it's like, why do you even bother to transform? Valen didn't even transform the entire movie, and he still was faster and stronger than all the other cars. Cars and jets. So it's like, why does everybody else need to transform? He didn't need to transform. And some of it just doesn't make sense. But, alright. Raphael Ochia says, "Non-Nef has some nice upgrades, but man, the wait time is insane." Yes. It's like somebody told me like, "Hey, check them out. They have the upgraded shoulder locks for Minosaur," and I was like, I went right to the website. I got a pair, and I got another pair of the antenna for Superion, and then ended up selling them. But it's like every time I go on there, it's like they have the eyes for Soundwave or something like that, but they don't have any of the other kits. And it's like, oh, okay. And then they get some of the kits, and then they sell out, and nobody can get them. And then I get over there, and it's like, oh, hey, look, I didn't have a chance to buy them again. I ordered Combined Wars Minosaur shoulder locks and hands last year, and I still don't have them. Yeah, see, I didn't get the hands But I got the shoulder locks, and I got them in like 2 days later. So it doesn't make sense. It's not a... I'm not knocking this person because I think they do a good job. It's just I don't think it's run on a professional level in the terms of like an online store. So I think it's probably just one guy. He's probably just dealing with the orders because, and he probably does a lot of orders because of the fact that they're always sold out. And it's probably just one of those like things of he's got something that's in demand and they're selling out so fast he can't keep up with the supply. So that right there should prove my point that it's something that people want. Anyway, and I sold Minosaur this year. Also pre-ordered the thigh fillers for my Takara Combined War Superion as well, but I think I might be selling that one too. I have both perfect effect kits for him too. He looks badass. Hit me up on that Combined War Superion if you're looking at parting ways with it. Maybe we can make a deal when I have money again. I don't have any money right now. But yeah, hit me up some point. Alright, Dark Convoy Reviews says some great ideas there. What's sad is that some of have been made, but because of the bad business practices, like taking 3 months to ship an in-stock item, and the excessive that comes with that, and the excuses that come with that, it kind of kills the want for it. True. Personally, I would love to see more upgrade kits for older toys like Beast Wars and such. I would also love a leg panel to give Combined Wars Long Haul better looking legs. I think there's nothing that can fix that thing. I know Non-F was going to make some which were so looking, but who knows what's going on with them. I forgot to say Shapeways items are cool, but the quality is meh and hard to paint. That and some of the tolerances are off. And that's kind of what my guess is on Shapeways. And let's see here. As far as other older lines, it's like some of it I mean, part of me would be like, yeah, let's see some older stuff. But a lot of those older figures, it's more or less time to just get new figures. I'd say anything before the Transmetal Fusor wave in the original Beast Wars. Everything before that should just get remade. Everything after that is pretty much top notch as it is. Look at the Transmetal Rat Trap. Yeah, he's too big, but he's just about perfect. Transmetal Cheater is perfect. I mean, there's no issues there. I mean, it's the Transmetal Megatron, a little small, but he's perfect. I mean, they're perfect representations of the characters for the most part. But yeah, I think if it's a little bit before those, though, I think it's probably just too late. Alright. Ultratron563 says, I think the replacement heads for Titans Return figures is inevitable, if not from a third-party company definitely from Shapeways. And if you're interested in Stream Shield on Shapeways has made a ton of replacement heads for Combined Wars stuff. Almost for every single figure and more, including a blast-off head and a whole kit that turns blast-off into a shuttle. The head, that sounds interesting. I'm going to have to check that out, definitely. I agree with you about the Warbotron head. That's actually the reason why I'm having trouble deciding between getting that or the United Warriors Bruticus. That head just... I think the Fans Project did a better job with the head than Warbotron, honestly. Alright, Theo D. Drifter. What a great rant, John. I was actually going to suggest a rant on third-party dropping the ball on Combined Wars Upgrade. There's not a lot of options out there, and what we do have is either sold out all the time, limited production, or poor quality. Yep, that's what we're getting. We had some amazing upgrades for older Chug figures, and I would have liked to have seen some of our Combined Wars figures. Guns for the Combined Wars stunt guns. Agreed. How about some new guns for the Combined Wars Combaticons? They can never have too many guns. I also agree on just hands and feet with Combined Wars teams. I don't need them to be anything else but that. I would have liked to have seen hands and feet unique to each Combined Wars team. Yeah, that would have been cool. Not just repaint sets. Or like how you suggested, new parts that make each Combined War figure more unique or closer to the G1 self, so they're not just a repaint of a repaint. So many good ideas. Hope the third parties are listening. I hope so too. Come on, somebody should put me on a retainer. I'm thinking back to like older upgrade kits. I mean, hands down, the best one I remember was the Fans Project Bruticus. I mean that that blew everything else that had come out third party wise out of the water. I mean, just destroyed everybody. It was just like jaw dropping. I think they were the first full transforming figures, and they came with all the little bits, and it was just like, it was insane. And the prices weren't that bad for the time either. It was like $50 a piece, which today I would say that's still worth it. Yeah, that definitely would be worth it. Maybe there was 60. I can't remember. 55, I think. We'll say 55. But yeah, it's like, and it's like the Combiner Wars or the Fans Project Ultra Magnus, the City Commander kit. Oh my god, that thing is awesome. It's dated now, of course, but that thing still, to this day, looked good. It looks more G1 accurate than the, aside from the face, than the Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus we got. I actually think that one in a way looks better than the MP one, to an extent. I mean, obviously he's not better, but it's to an extent he looks better, I think. I wasn't a huge fan of the Hot Rod upgrade kit to Rodimus Prime, but it was still, was a good kit. I just didn't like the way it paid off in the end. A lot of people did, but for me, it wasn't me. But yeah, it's like a lot of those things. I know they did Fans Project also. Fans Project did a lot of really good stuff back in the day. They also did a really good job with, what was it? Oh, the Energon Superion into Superion. Giving it new hands and feet and stuff. And that looked pretty good too. It's like, they used to do such an amazing job back then. Hill CZ says, well, while at BotCon this year, I was talking to the designers about Kickback, and he said the Insecticons will soon be complete. I hope so. And yeah, I hope they don't do one of those like, oh, here's the last one, we're going to sell it in a 3-pack. Because it is Hasbro. Altron T says inserts for the palms of Leader Ultra Magnus to enable him to hold weapons securely. That would be inserted into the hollow parts of the hands and fit with the grip of the hands. There could be two kinds of set, one with clips or slots to hold the guns he comes packaged with, or one set with 5mm ports. It would be an extremely simple upgrade that would have tremendous results. And due to the nature of the upgrades, there would be no interference with the transformation. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I think there is a company out there that made a kit for that. But they upgrade the entire figure, not just the hands. So, I've been thinking about looking into it. I've been thinking about getting that kit. Ashaman55 says, I fear, John, the reason we're not hearing about these upgrade kits is because the third-party guys hear all the G1ers out there bad-mouthing the Combiner Wars. So they figure since they are They are hated and nobody likes them. Why upgrade them? Remember, it took Fans Project a few years to get the Bruticus upgrade for Energon Bruticus. I think it was like 6 years. I do not think they see any money in upgrading these toys, and that is why we will never get them. You're probably right, but one can still hope, right? I mean, I would like to see it. Somebody should just give me a third-party company. I'll tell people what to do. Joseph Flanagan says Hasbro finally got it right with the female combiners. The hands and feet are feet, and all the weapon combined to make a large weapon for the combiner. Too bad the combiner looks like total crap. It is all remolds with new heads. Yeah, that thing looks terrible. But yeah, they did get new hands and feet for that set. And the Hasbro Computron is also getting new hands and feet that are just hands and feet, from what I understand. The United Computron is not. They're just using the same old crappy hands and feet thing. So it's like, we're going to get 3 different scatter shots and 2 different Computrons. So it's like, choices. Which, while they don't look as good as the Make Toys Computron, I'm still going to sit here and say, for me, a better option than Make Toys Computron, because I'd rather spend $100 on Computron than $400 on Computron. He's not one of my top tier characters at all. I really, it's like that was one of the reasons why I kind of switched from MP back to Chug, and it was like, I don't care about Computron. I don't. I do not want to spend Warbotron prices on Computron. I don't want to spend over $100 on every single limb. I'm not wanting to spend over $500 on a Computron from Warbotron. I don't want to spend that kind of money on stuff like that. So $100 for Combine Wars Computron, which is it looks okay. It's better than it looks good, but I really don't want to spend that kind of money on it. And put myself into, it's like buying a $500 set, that kind of puts, that creates a hardship for almost anybody. It's kind of like, ugh, I got to rearrange things. Okay, yeah, I'm going to make sure this is going to get paid and this is going to get paid. Okay, now I can do it. It creates a financial hardship. It's an investment, and it's kind of like, commitment. Now, most of the time, it's like, let's talk about Feral Rex. It's like, I got a bonus. And I was like, okay, I'm getting Feral Rex. I'm getting Feral Rex. So I got Feral Rex again, and, I'm happy. It worked out for me. I'm debating on getting Nero Rex. I already had him in hand. I know how good he is. And I'm willing to spend, I would be willing to spend $500 on getting one again. I don't know how I got on that time. But my point is just, That's one of the reasons why I switched back, was just because it's like, I don't really want to spend all that kind of money on every single character. It's like, some of them I'd say are worth $100 a piece, but some of them not so much. Okay, Mackie Stingray 2040 says arm filler for M3 not Minosaur was not worth the $10 they charged. The Superion upgrade was pricey but okay in my opinion. Definitely agree that if the combiner part forms to some extent is to keep it simple and not gimmicky. Exactly. It's like, I'm looking at Toy World's crotch over there for the Devastator. It's like his crotch and thighs. It doesn't do anything but just sit there. And it's like, I'm fine with it. I'd rather it sit over there than hinder him somehow. So it's like, it works great for both. Because you're not sitting there with a crappy long haul. You've got a good long haul. You've got a big crotch piece over there that you could just set off to the side, which is about the same size as him. But you got a good long haul. So you can put him in your MP shelf, and he'll look fine. With the rest of he'll look great. He's a little back heavy, no heel spurs, but we'll get into that in the review. But the thing is just like, he looks good like this. I don't think I've seen a long haul look this good, and thus, in his combined mode, he's gonna look good too. So it's like, why bother trying to incorporate pieces like that in some way if it's going to turn out that it's going to hinder one mode or both. I'm thinking the Takara's long haul. The he looks great in combined mode. In bot mode, he looks like an Oompa Loompa, a gigantic Oompa Loompa, which is really weird to say, but that's what he looks like. All right, man, we still got a few more. It's B Scorpionox 75 says, +1 on the weapons packs. I'd love for some deluxe and Voyager class Fembot heads to make it easier for novice customization. Yeah. Browse shape weighs over an hour and could not find any heads, but RC, Wingblade, Chroma, Nancy, and maybe one other. Oh, Slipstream. No Elita 1, no Glyph, no Firestar. Dark Convoy review says, oh, and I still want Unique Toys to remake their Predaking, just slightly larger and with better play. Oh, God, that'd be good. Aaron MP8 says, reportedly, Hasbro actually is doing accessory packs for extra headmasters for the Titan Return line. Agreed on doing the weapons packs. I'd like some extra guns. Yeah, they're doing the extra head packs, but what those are just more headmasters that transform. It's not regular heads. What I was saying is I would like just a regular head. I don't need a headmaster for Galvatron. I just want a Galvatron head, is what I meant. And they're going to be making all sorts of different heads for this character and this character and this character, but they're all headmasters, so it's not helping the situation. Well, I'm still going to get everything aside from the actual little headmasters. It's still not ideal. So yeah, there we go. That was a lot longer than I thought. So yeah, there you go.